Hi folks, welcome back to Mark's Speed Shop. Today I just want to do a short video on a few of the things that I'm working on right now. I was gonna put the heads on this 350 that I'm building for the truck. Well, I'm putting it back together for the truck. I already built the engine years ago and it's in great shape. But I realized I don't have thread sealer. I've got everything else. I've got anti-seize, I've got thread lock, I've got Permatex. I don't want to use any of that kind of stuff. I want to use thread sealer because the head bolts go into the water jackets. So you need to seal the threads so it doesn't push water up and then get into your oil. So I'm gonna put that on pause and we'll come back to that. But that was the idea for today. But I am going to show you a little bit getting started working on the roof of the Charger, and also a couple of little things. We'll show you the 307 engine that I've got for a donor for the crank and rods for the 327, the 68 327 with the large journal that I'm going to be putting together. But I'm also going to use the oil pan and probably the pickup. I don't think I ordered a new pickup. I got a new oil pump. But I'm gonna put the pan, the stock pan, on this engine because this does have a like an 8-quart oil pan with a high volume pump. I'm gonna take all that off, put stock pump and a stock pan on it to fit in the Chevy truck. Now with the 307, I still need to drain the oil out of it. I do have it on the engine stand. I'm not gonna cannibalize the engine right now for the crank and all, but I will do that when I'm closer to being ready or when I need that engine stand. But today I will drain the oil and get it ready to flip over and take the pan off. So what I'm gonna be doing right now is taking the cutoff wheel and cutting these little nips off here, nip them off. They are for the vinyl top chrome. And so they go every about a foot or so. I've already nipped that one off. And that's what I'm gonna be doing. And then I'm gonna flapper wheel a little bit on the top to get a few of the high spots. And that's going to get me started, so I'll be ready to do the body work, more body work. hadn't done that before because I didn't know if I was going to go ahead and put the chrome back on it. But now I know I'm not. I'm just going to fix it, fill it out, smooth it out. I probably will paint it back like it had the vinyl top on it. I like that style, especially on this body style on the car. I'll probably paint it a little different color than whatever the car is. But to begin with, I do have some dark green. I will probably, not sure what color I want to paint the car. I may leave it this isn't exactly the factory green. This is very close. The car's been painted, I believe, one time the way it looks. And the door jambs and the trunk and under the hood is the original color. It's very close to this. So I don't know when they painted it. Who knows when? Back in the 80s maybe. I don't know if they just got it close or if it was actually a factory match. But it is very, very close to the factory color. I have a color in mind. It's a very custom thing. I don't want to say right now because I'm not sure if I want to go that route. It'll probably, a lot of people have different thoughts on it. But I've always been into custom and doing things like that, doing things different. Now, if this was like an RT or, whatever, yeah, I'd probably put it back original color and try to keep it kind of as original as possible. But it's not. It's 318 two-barrel car. I've already changed the whole running gear. I've told you about that. And so I'm just kind of going custom with it. Not wild custom, but a little bit of my own flair, a little bit of my own custom work. So I decided not to put the factory chrome back on it, which I don't have. If I had it, I might would have. I don't, but I'm not going to go through all the trouble trying to hunt it down and pay big bucks for it just to paint the top. So I'll probably just paint the top two-tone, maybe put a stripe on it there or something like that. But we'll see. But this has got to be done first. Okay, now I have a grinder tool with a flapper wheel on it. That's a 60 grit flapper wheel. I normally do, say, 36 or 40, but all I want to do is kind of smooth out, lower down a little bit of the higher spots on the fiberglass. And then after I do that, I'll probably sand it with a 40 grit to knock this black primer paint off of it or knock it down a little bit. And then I'll be ready to do a little filling. Here is the 307 It came out with 68 C10 Chevrolet. He said it was running fine. He drove it to the shop where he took it out. And he put I think he put in a 283, kind of hopped up 283 in it, and an automatic. This was a 3-speed on it. I bought all that from him, and I'm gonna use the oil pan and maybe the oil pickup tube, I have to see, on the 350 that I'm putting in my 71 C10. But before I can start flipping it over and getting the oil pan and all off, I'm going to drain the oil out of it so it makes less of a big mess. They always make a little bit of a mess when you turn them over, but oh, great. Well, there is water in it. So we'll have to be sure we check the crank good before I put it in the 307. And some of this water might have come from when they pulled it out and did all that, but usually when there's water and it's a blown head gasket or cracked head or something like that. But I'm not going to use the heads or the block. I just want the crank, the rods, the oil pan basically, maybe a few other little odds and ends, and some of the accessory brackets. So it was probably about ready for this engine to come out, about time. But we're going to put it to good use. All right, now that we've got started on a few of the projects in the shop, you've gotten a little look, a little glimpse at what I'm working on, what I'm doing. You'll see more upcoming soon. Oh, and by the way, this isn't a 4-wheel drive. I just have the front end jacked up while I'm working on the engine, transmission, and all. But stay tuned because I got a little extra bonus surprise for you coming up in just a couple of seconds. All right, here's just a little bit of bonus footage. I wanted to just take you for a little short ride in the 66 Plymouth. Nice afternoon. Take a little cruise on the 66 Plymouth. I hadn't driven this in, I don't know, several weeks. I know the windshield's dirty, everything's dirty, but I figured I'd throw the battery in it. Take you for a little ride, just a little short ride down the road here. Country road. So that's a little bit on this 66 Plymouth Belvedere 2. It's like I say, it's a good little driver. It's a pretty day for a little drive. I've been needing to take it out and drive it. I think the last time I really drove it, other than maybe just up to the end of the street and back, is when I took it to the cruise in a couple months ago. And that was fun. I don't even think I have a picture of that, but that was before I was doing the videos. But I'll take it again. Bring you along with me. So I hope you enjoyed this little shorter kind of midweek video. Just trying to show you a couple of the different things I'm working on, and actually show you me doing a little bit of work. So far it's been mostly talking, except for the tire video. Lord, one friend of mine said, "Sound like he's gonna have a heart attack." And I said, "I thought I was gonna have a heart attack." It was hot, I was worn out, but I didn't. So hopefully I won't. I'm not expecting to. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Come back for more. Like, share, comment. I'm here. I'll see you next time at the shop.